welcome back to my channel. Today I have a vlog for you guys. As you guys know, I am in the process of getting a venue, and some of you guys were interested in knowing what was the process to get this done. So if you are an event planner who wants to have a venue one day, or an entrepreneur who wants to, take on this venture, hear me out. Alright guys, so one thing, and the very first thing I'm going to tell you about getting a venue is that it's not easy. It's not easy work. I swear to you, I thought it was going to be a cakewalk. I don't know why. I was just in La La Land. I was in La La Land. I found the perfect spot near my home. Oh my gosh, perfect timing. I have all this junk in my house that I can move to the venue, and I was just in La La Land. Let me start from the beginning. So on March 1st, I got the keys to the venue. Well, a couple of keys, because there are a couple of offices that I'm turning into one. So I'm on cloud 9 because I'm like, okay, here are the keys to the empire, and I'm just like so happy and overjoyed. I go to, to my county to, find out about permits and all of this stuff, and I ask questions. I'm like, what is it that I need to do to get these permits, and etc. They tell me, well, make sure that you get a Georgia certified architect, and make sure that you have a Georgia certified contractor to get this done for you. So I'm like, sure, I'm going to follow the rules, because I was told that my county was one of the counties in Georgia. They were very strict and that did not play. So I was already like nervous about that. So I'm like, I'm just gonna follow everything to a T, because everything should be fine. I don't need a liquor license, so they should just be able to, just give it to me, right? So I went and hired an architect. I could have went through my contractor to get an architect, but I just got so excited, and I just went and got one. Very nice company, very nice person. He tells me it's gonna take 10 days to draw your plans, and then I'm going to submit your plans to the county, and then from there, it takes 10 days for them to process everything. So that takes me to 10 to 10, that's 20 days plus 2 weekends, that's 24. So on they have, the county did ask for a couple of things that they needed from me through him, to ask me. I gave the paperwork, and they also called me to ask me a few questions. And like I said, I'm just trying to follow all the rules. Like, whatever you want, I'm gonna give it to you, So day 24, my architect tells me, I think everything should be fine. So the next day or two, you should be able to pick up your permit, get your contractor to pick up your, your permit. So I'm like, cool. So I'm at the gym. I'm at the parking lot at the gym. I'm in my car trying to get out to go to the gym, and I see hit a notification of a text from him, and he's just like, my heart dropped. He's telling me basically it's a no-go. It's a no-go. Your stuff is on pause. And I call him right away. He's telling me that basically I'm gonna have to have a public hearing, and the public hearing process is 3 months. There is no way around it. Oh my gosh, my heart dropped. I'm so calm right now, guys, but I was crying for 3 days straight. I ended up going to the county and try to get them to tell me, why are you doing this to me? I am a new business owner. I don't have 3 months. I already lost a month. That's 4 months with an empty space, making no money. Are you kidding me? You want me to fail before starting? I said that. Well, I didn't say you want me to. I said, I feel like you're setting me to fail before I started. I was so dramatic, but not on purpose. I was just I think even snot was coming out my nose. I was crying in front of people. It was horrible. It's funny now. It wasn't funny then. So I went down there because I thought that they had put me in the wrong category, because the reason that they're saying that I have to go through this process is because of the category you know, that I fall under for my business. And I was just like, well, how come I cannot be a recreational facility, indoor recreational facility? Because I don't think they have to go through, like, those that say there, and they're like, well, you need to read the fine lines. You still have to go through that process if you're that type of facility, but you're not anyway. So either way, my way out wasn't a way out anyway. So, you know, they explained to me exactly why I didn't fall in that category. They were so patient. They were the nicest people, guys. I had already all these people had told me all these things, and I you know, although I was nice to them every time I was in front of them, you know, they were even nicer to me back. They were like the most helpful, most thoughtful. Like, they really took their time to talk to me. And not only that, you know, my deadline to submit all the paperwork for this public hearing is like next week. So I have like a week and a half to get all of these things done. And they literally said, you know, stood there with me and helped me through like most of the things that I had to do, and explained to me things step by step. They suggested some companies to help me get all this other paperwork that I needed to put a rush job on it, because some of this paperwork takes like 3 weeks to get, and they suggested a company for me to get these other things done, like, you know, titles and all this stuff, plans, and, you know, besides my plan, I had to get the entire establishment's plans. I mean, there's a lot to it, a lot to it, and it was so overwhelming. And for me to, you know, get it done in a week and a half, I felt like I was going mad, you know, especially when, you know, I had to get one paperwork that was very important that takes 3 weeks to get. I had to try to convince somebody to do it for me in a week and a half. But anyway, this girl got it done by the grace of God, goodness gracious. So I should have everything ready by, you know, my deadline. Anyway, I was also beating myself up after I left there. Although they helped me, I was beating myself up because, you know, the producer in me was like, dumb, you didn't do your research on that, you know, because when you're a producer, you know, you have to know everything. When you do a project, or you do a show, you have to know everything about what's happening, medical, legal, you know, location, whatever. You have to know it all. So I was just so upset with myself and embarrassed, because I have done a lot of research. Well, I have done a lot of market research, you know, and I have done a lot of marketing, and, you know, and all this stuff that, you know, is on this side of, you know, the business. But the other side, I kind of like, you know, I did ask a couple of questions, but I didn't dive deep, because I think I was mostly like married to the idea that I didn't have to get a liquor license. So I didn't think I would have to go through that, you know. I thought it would be like, hey, I'm just tearing a couple of walls, putting new floors, and, you know, there's nothing to that. Like, why would they give me pause for that? But when it comes to find out, you know, my business is going to change things, you know. It's, you know, I'm going to have music, and I'm going to, you know, I'm not going to do anything crazy, obviously, but, you know, I'm always going to be respectful. But, you know, it's, you know, people are going to be coming in for, you know, entertainment reasons, although it's going to be, you know, baby showers, bridal showers, small weddings, etc., you know. But they have to let the neighborhood know that this is what's coming into your area, and they have to vote yes or no. Okay, so there has to be a hearing for that, and I totally understand. You know, to me, you know, I'm helping the neighborhood, you know, and I say that not trying to like be cocky. I'm saying that because I updated my website, and I posted that, you know, the venue was good. Well, when I thought the venue would be open, and I was getting phone calls, and people were happy, saying, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you are going to be in the neighborhood. It's always like, we always got to go far to, you know, and I was so happy that you're going to be there. Even at the movie theaters near us, I was looking to see how much they charge to advertise, you know, around there. And the lady asked me, like, what is your business? And I told her. She's like, oh my gosh, that's great. So I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, and all the phone calls I'm getting are positive, and it seems like that's what they want in the neighborhood. So I have that on my side, and you know, so I'm hoping that everything goes well after, you know, all these steps are, you know, placed and they have the meeting. I think it should be okay. There are, you know, I'm not doing anything like, you know, it's not a strip club, you know, so so yeah, so everything should be okay. I'm just gonna have to wait. I mean, regardless whether I would have found this out before, I will still have to go through the same process. So either way, I was gonna have to go through this regardless. I was just a little bit mad at myself for not knowing ahead, because he caught me off guard. And I cried ugly in front of people. So, but yeah, so at least, you know, I'm trying to see the positive in this. So to me, like, I'm glad that I went through this. Not that I'm glad that I went through this, because, you know, my cushion is not as cushiony anymore, you know. Of course, because when you go into business, you can just like try to go month by month. You have to have a little cushion, you know, because you never know if construction is gonna go bad or something happens, something extra, you know. So my cushion just got a little smaller, but you know, I still believe in the project. I still think it's going to be successful, and at least I'm able to tell you guys, you know, what I went through. So when you go through your process, make sure that before you get a venue or you get your lease or you buy the place, make sure that you talk to your county, find out what the rules are in order for you to open, and permits and all this stuff. Find that out first. Don't just read it, you know. Go over there, ask questions. It's, you know, it's better that way, I think. Yeah, and do that. I'm just going to take the lesson. I'm just going to take the lesson and take it as a blessing. I remember listening to Pastor Joel Osteen through the TV. And he once said, I can't remember exactly, but he said that he went through a lawsuit, and he went through losing a spot for the church that they're at now. He wanted a different location prior to that, and they kind of happened like back to back, and it just seemed like bad things were happening or something like that, and he just couldn't like understand why those things were happening. He was praying for it, and he thought that those things were going to happen for him, and he didn't think a lawsuit would come out of this, and he was not going to have the place, etc. Anyway, long story short, he ended up finding the space they're at now, and they had to go through some legal issues with that. So he was just like, aha, this is the reason I went through that. Because now, you know, with this new location, he was better prepared, and he didn't catch him off guard, and he was able to, you know, handle things different and better. And now the rest is history. So that's how I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it as I went through this, so I'm better prepared when the other locations with an S come into existence, yeah, in the future. So yeah, so that's that, guys. So this is vlog number 1 of the venue, and I will keep you guys updated. Next week I'm going to have a awesome video. It's going to be for, well, it doesn't have to be for grads, but definitely dedicated to my grads. But it can be used for weddings and also for celebrations. But I wanted to make something for my grads, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I think you guys are going to love it, so look out for that. All right, guys, until next time.